People, what's going on, bad? It's me, Mr. Glasses, back at it again, doing what I normally do when I wake up out of the sleep that I was in, to be conscious thinking again, knowing that I was touched by the original creator with that touch of life, that feeling that's right, that feeling of love, unconditional, that feeling that's just one way, not to the left, not to the right, and not backwards. The feeling to know that you are alive. The feeling that you have a choice to get out of your bed and go on with your day. I'm not talking about having to get up to go to work, because if you don't will towards going to work, you won't get to work. Because ain't no God in the sky gonna come out of the sky and pick you up. Come on. That's that man-made bullshit that man created for you to fear not going to work, not doing different things. Something gonna happen to you. I'm just trying to told you. The truth is the truth. It's all in you. You got a will towards the creator. No will, no way. One way is straight. You just got the choices to choose right from wrong. When I say that I'm a big I don't mean that lightly. I'm a big eye because my hands aren't in the sky wondering why I am here. You are a little eye with your right hand, your left hand out to the sky, wondering why you are here. Going through the repetitions of what you was taught to, what you was taught to fear. You was taught to fear God, like God is your father or your mother, living right here in a earth, in a living experience, in a rental suit, living a life journey to find out the truth. But you can't stop and keep believing in the bullshit. You gotta realize to know. In that Bible it says so. If you're really gonna believe the bullshit, but some of the stuff in the Bible makes sense because it's for you to go in that groove of straight, not to the groove of believing in some bullshit. Because straight is straight, right is right, good is good, not God is good, and then all the time, and then you turn around and say you have to fear God. Right there is contradictory on the Creator. Because the Creator loves you unconditionally. Do you know what unconditionally means? Unconditionally means no matter what. The Creator loves the creation because man was the only creation that was created with conscious thinking. To consciously think about the things that he do before he do it. I say again, man was created with conscious thinking, so he could constantly think about what he's doing before he do it, if it's right or wrong. I'm just saying. Some things you know is right. Some things you know is wrong. Because you know how it feels when you do right, just as well as you know how it feels when you do wrong. It's all about your feelings, baby. Because your feelings is the only thing that you're alone with. The Creator gave you life and free will to go on your own with. But know embedded in your DNA is reciprocity and empathy. That's from the Creator. That's that love, unconditionally, that you feeling. When you wake up out of that sleep to begin your day, how do you really know you're alive? When you constantly thinking because you feeling that you're living. And that's, you know that you're alive. You ain't believing in that bullshit. Because you know you're alive. You're living in this shit. You're feeling this shit. You going through this shit. And I'm just saying, the truth is the truth. I ain't telling no lie. Now, tell you how my day's gonna start off. My day's gonna start off with me getting dressed, going to the pharmacist to address something that I say to all of y'all. When you realize that the doctors don't give a shit, and a lot of them don't care about you, and when you realize that all they want to do is keep you medicated, but you can't think for yourself. When you see what I'm gonna put on YouTube, what's happening to me with medication, I want you to think about this. If I didn't have enough medication left over because I'm slacking up on this bullshit, I would be going crazy right now for a medication that I can't get because the people that's supposed to give me the medication is saying that they don't recognize my doctor. My doctor is one of the best doctors in this bullshit. But the pharmacists got their own little way of doing things. I want y'all to check me out. The pharmacist could decide that they don't want to deal with you because they ain't never dealt with you before with your medication. But I say this to any pharmacy out there that gets to see this here. Think about this. Y'all shit is stupid. What if I'm getting a medication from one place and this place has only that medication in that way when your medication works better with my system and how I'm working with my body? But you're going to tell my provider I need to go to another pharmacist when I have a prescription right there for you to fill? And then you're going to lie and say that I was out the medication? That's a lot of bullshit. But I say to you people, do you see what I'm going through to get a medication that a doctor gave me a prescription to get? Imagine if it was a life-threatening medication. Which all the fucking medication that they give you is life-threatening medication. Because after it shocks your body to take the shit, if you don't take the shit, your body goes back into the shock that it shocked it in. I'm just saying. But I thank the Creator for showing me the Creator self in me. I love knowing that I'm eternal, baby. I love knowing where I'm going, baby. I love knowing that I'm just doing what's right. Because I'm not living in this bullshit with nobody bullshitting or stepping on me no more. I'm going to get this shit right. And if you think I'm bullshitting, come to City Hall tomorrow for the council's meeting. Because now that I know what I know, can't nobody cheat me. What done happened to me here in Houston, Texas since March the 5th, 2013. I can go back to videos that can show y'all some things. Some things that you'll be like, wow, to the we. Glad that wasn't me. Because I done been through a lot of bullshit here in Houston, Texas. And the world is going to see. Because after Tuesday, everything that I have on YouTube, people going to go. They going to go to see what I'm talking about, what I'm talking. Because like I said, they going to want to see what I'm talking about and what I'm talking. Because y'all going to see what I'm talking about when y'all see me playing Grand Theft Auto. And then you'll hear what I'm talking about when I talk about the kids that's on Grand Theft Auto. And I'm talking about how Dare the parents of these kids allow their kids to play this game and not think that their kids is not going to be the same after the kids get finished growing up on this game or any game with any violence. The violence rubs off on your kids. Believe it or not, it do. You're going to see for yourself when your kid end up fooling you, doing some bullshit. You're going to be wondering why. It's all because you allowing him to play this Grand Theft Auto bullshit. And I guarantee you that ain't no lie. What goes around comes around. And this game is not teaching these kids shit that they could use in a society of living righteousness, living right in righteousness right here in this shit. This shit is already fucked up enough to have your kid fucked up on it too. That is why Grand Theft Auto was created. To do exactly what it do. It grabs these kids in hook, line, and sinker. I'm sorry to say it. Your kid ain't gonna be a good thinker. Your kid gonna grow up believing that some of this bullshit he learned in this game. Because first of all, he's playing a game that he should not be playing. Because this game is not a game. This game got a lot of demons that flow through it. Meaning it changes. This game is a lot of bullshit. And your kid is claiming it. Your kid is taking in the bullshit that he see because he's getting a joke from that controller. In order for him to see, he's not just shooting and killing other people with names over their head. He's getting killed too. Because the joystick is giving him a shock. It's giving him a feeling for what he's doing. So I'm saying this game and Call of Duty and any violent game that you can think of, the vibrations in the controller is part of the game. It's part of you being in the game because it's giving you something to feel. It's fucking with the love that the creator is in you. I'm trying to tell you, it's dulling. It's dulling your arrow that's straight into a split to go two ways, not knowing what's true. Let's just do this little girl here, because I'm tripping off of. Thank you, YouTube and Facebook, for not muting none of my shit lately.
Weeks ago, that Victoria spoke to a group of 600 people at a Rotary Club, and will be giving the same speech to us today. And I saw it, I think a week or so after it hit the web, it started going around, and so I quickly got on the phone and talked with her dad, Zane, and invited him here. And so we have a very special treat. So Victoria,
I'm gonna. This is
your thing.
This is the thought of a kid. I like this little kid, but it wouldn't went viral
Have you ever wondered
if she wasn't white.
Canada is in debt? Have you ever wondered why the government forces Canadians to pay so many taxes? Have you ever wondered why the bankers from the largest private banks are becoming wealthier and the rest of us are not? Have you ever wondered why the gross national debt is over $800 billion? Or why we are spending $160 million on the interest of the national debt? That's $60 billion a year. Have you ever wondered who receives the $60 billion? What I have discovered is the banks and the government have colluded to financially enslave the people of Canada. I will share with you 3 important points of reference, which will hopefully spark enough interest and concern for you to continue the research on your own and to engage your government to stop this criminal act against the people of Canada. First, we will briefly examine the Bank of Canada. Second, we will see how our banking system works today. And lastly, I will offer a viable solution that we can petition our government to implement. A very little known figure in Canadian history is J.L. Graham McGeer. He was a lawyer, member of parliament, and mayor of Vancouver. His contribution to Canada is probably the greatest in our history. He championed the creation of the National Bank of Canada, whose sole purpose is to create and manage Canada's money. It was formed on July 3, 1934, and owned by all Canadians. Until the 1970s, because of the Bank of Canada, Canada's national debt was held at a constant, manageable level, until the government decided to implement what we now have as our modern-day banking system that is robbing the Canadian people. So how are they robbing us? Allow me to explain how our private banks and government work today. First, the Canadian government borrows money from the private banks. They then lend the debt-based money to Canada with compounded interest. The government then continues to increase taxation of Canadians year after year in order to pay back the interest on the exponentially growing national debt. What results is inflation, less real money for Canadians to spend into our economy, and the real money being used to pad the pockets of the banks. Also, the government gave the banks the ability to loan out money that doesn't exist in the form of loans. When a bank gives you a mortgage, which literally means a death pledge, or a loan, they don't actually give you money. They click a key on a computer and generate the fake money out of thin air. They don't actually have it in their bank vaults. Presently, the banks only have $4 billion on reserve, but they have loaned out over $1.5 trillion. To quote Graham Towers, each and every time a bank makes a loan, a new bank credit is created. New deposits, brand new money. Broadly speaking, all new money comes out of a bank in the form of loans. As loans are debt, then under the present system, all money is debt. What I find interesting is even Jesus, in Matthew 21, drove out the money changers in the temple because they were manipulating the currency to steal money from the people. The private banks are just like the money changers in Matthew 21. They are defrauding and robbing the people of Canada, thus their freedom, and they need to be stopped. How should the banking system work? In an infamous interview, Mr. McGeer asked Mr. Towers, "Can you tell me why a government with power to create money should give that power away to a private monopoly and then borrow that which Parliament can create itself back at interest to the point of national bankruptcy?" Mr. Towers replied, "If Parliament wants to change the form of operating the banking system, then certainly that is within the powers of Parliament. In other words, if the Canadian government needs money, they can borrow it directly from the Bank of Canada. The people would then pay fair taxes to repay the Bank of Canada. This tax money would in turn get injected back into our economic infrastructure and the debt would be wiped out. Canadians would again prosper with real money as the foundation of our economic structure and not debt money. Regarding the debt money owed to the private banks, such as the Royal Bank, we would simply have the Bank of Canada print the money owing, hand it over to the private banks, and then clear the debt with the Bank of Canada. And yes, we have the power and lawful right to do so. In conclusion, it has become painfully obvious, even for me, a 12-year-old Canadian, that we are being defrauded and robbed by the banking system and a composite government. What will we do to stop this crime? What will we do to ensure that the next generation will be free and clear of a debt-based economy that enslaves them to the banks? Margaret Mead said the following, and I hope that all of you remember this. Never doubt that a small group of people can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Thank you.
Like I said again, it is what it is. It was good as a thing for a little girl. But I said again, the kids is the only ones they seeing this shit. And it's crazy.
motherfucking fool! Can't stop balling, won't stop balling. Nut liquor.
Hello, I'm Severin Suzuki speaking for ECHO, the Environmental Children's Organization. We're a group of 12 and 13-year-olds trying to make a difference. Vanessa Setti, Morgan Geisler, Michelle Clay, and me. We've raised all the money to come here ourselves, to come 5,000 miles to tell you adults you must change your ways. Coming up here today, I have no hidden agenda. I am fighting for my future. Losing my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market. I am here to speak for all generations to come. I am here to speak on behalf of the starving children around the world whose cries go unheard. I am here to speak for the countless animals dying across this planet because they have nowhere left to go. I am afraid to go out in the sun now because of the holes in our ozone. I am afraid to breathe the air because I don't know what chemicals are in it. I used to go fishing in Vancouver, my home, with my dad, until just a few years ago, we found the fish full of cancers. And now we hear of animals and plants going extinct, every day vanishing forever. In my life, I have dreamt of seeing the great herds of wild animals, jungles and rainforests full of birds and butterflies. But now I wonder if they will even exist for my children to see. Did you have to worry of these things when you were my age? All this is happening before our eyes, and yet we act as if we have all the time we want and all the solutions. I'm only a child, and I don't have all the solutions. I want you to realize, neither do you. You don't know how to fix the holes in our ozone layer. You don't know how to bring the salmon back up a dead stream. You don't know how to bring back an animal now extinct. And you can't bring back the forest that once grew where there is now a desert. If you don't know how to fix it, please stop breaking it. Here, you may be delegates of your government, business people, organizers, supporters, or politicians. But really, your mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunts and uncles, and all of you are someone's child. I'm only a child, yet I know we are all part of a family, 5 billion strong. In fact, 30 million species strong. And borders and government will never change that. I'm only a child, yet I know we are all in this together and should act as one single world towards one single goal. In my anger, I am not blind, and in my fear, I am not afraid of telling the world how I feel. In my country, we make so much waste. We buy and throw away, and yet northern countries will not share with the needy. Even when we have more than enough, we are afraid to share. We are afraid to let go some of our wealth. In Canada, we live the privileged life, with plenty of food, water, and shelter. We have watches, bicycles, computers, and television sets. The list could go on for 2 days. 2 days ago, here in Brazil, we were shocked when we spent time with some children living on the streets. This is what one child told us. I wish I was rich. And if I were, I would give all the street children food, clothes, medicines, shelter, and love and affection. If a child on the streets who has nothing is willing...
If you got a child thinking like this, how can you not know it's bad? This is horrible, man. Where's the love at? The kids shouldn't have to be thinking like that, man.
willing to share? Why are we who have everything still so greedy? I can't stop thinking that these are children my own age, that it makes a tremendous difference where you are born. That I could be one of those children living in the favelas of Rio. I could be a child starving in Somalia, or a victim of war in the Middle East, or a beggar in India. I am only a child, yet I know the people of my was spent on finding environmental answers, ending poverty, and finding treaties. What a wonderful place this earth would be. At school, even in kindergarten, you teach us how to behave in the world. You teach us not to fight with others, to work things out, to respect others, to clean up our mess, not to hurt other creatures, to share, not be greedy. Then why do you go out, do the things you tell us not to do? Do not forget why you are attending these conferences, who you're doing this for. We are your own children. You are deciding what kind of a world we are growing up in. Parents should be able to comfort their children by saying, everything's going to be all right. It's not the end of the world. And we're doing the best we can. But I don't think you can say that to us anymore. Are we even on your list of priorities? My dad always says, you are what you do, not what you say. Well, what you do makes me cry at night.
Wow.
You grown-ups say you love us, but I challenge you, please, make your actions.
It's horrible for a kid to have to come and spill her guts when she's supposed to be just being happy being a kid. Y'all not caring, y'all not loving sons of bitches out there. Y'all know who y'all are. Your heart pump blood too. You gotta have some kind of compassion in there. You was created too by the same loving creator. How can you do what you do? Just looking at the game, somebody drinking dirty water. Right here in the United States, that's good for the body. But it's leak. Got machines to make sure that they breathing proper air. So they don't give a fuck about us. Yeah, I get emotional real bad, but when it comes down to just people, period. I ain't a color fanatic, but you white people did some shit. Yeah, y'all did some real, y'all fucked this shit up. Y'all lied about the Jesus and the God bullshit. Y'all created all that. Y'all created this big old bowl of bullshit. Y'all created all the madness. People shouldn't be struggling with electricity. We had generators that work off of the sun. Y'all squashed that. Y'all want to rob Mother Earth. Y'all want to dig all in the dirt and grab up Earl so you can burn it. Fuck up the air. Fuck up the earth. Fuck up nature. Y'all some sorry sons of bitches, boy. Y'all some sorry sons of bitches. Y'all some sorry sons of bitches. And I mean that from my heart. Y'all some sorry sons of bitches. That's some real. That's some real, y'all some sorry sons of bitches. Okay, let's see where we're going at with this. Thought already. Okay, something up there. Yeah, I did. What else? I think it's in here. Nope, it's not in there. Okay, go. Yeah, man. That's crazy. Holy shit. Let's go. I'm listen to a little that Brother Polite.
Yeah, you're fucking dead now. Love us for someone. Ayúdame, cabrón. Got nowhere to go now. Move, Essence. Cover me, Essence. Hey, move back.
And that is not the symptom of an ancient archetype of African conception. So I want you to listen to me clearly. So the name of my presentation is An Afterlife Warrior of God. An ethnographic, meaning studying the people and their corresponding cultures. An afterlife warrior of God, an ethnographic synopsis of non-aligned Africans in retrospect to medical science, not mythology. Let's go to the next slide. This is the first thing I want y'all to do. I want to educate y'all on a few things before we go forward as far as the Middle Next or Kemetic language or ancient Egyptian language. Ancient Egyptians used shortcuts and emotions. They used shortcuts and emotions. So the same way you will write what you're doing, WYD, ROTF, rolling on the floor, FR. I just learned that recently. For real, for real. The ancestors did the same thing. And don't you feel like when you start understanding the system and you see letters arranged for the first time, and you know it the first time you see it without being taught, you be feeling yourself on the level. Like, damn, I can code this. That's how the ancient mystery language is. So, NTR, HTTP, these are 3 letters that are consistent with one image, so it's like a 3-letter letter. In this language, you have uni letters, biliteral, and triliteral letters.
You have the letters that represent 3 different letters. Now we go down. If I was to send my man a text, we say, what's gonna what? What's gonna kill you? Now we know that word will kill you. Well, we know to say king, we know to say crown, right? Well, that's the story. Nothing just get in my way. Now we saw money, and we actually knew to say money, right? But when we saw pride, we knew not to say pride, we knew to say king. But when we saw a finger putting up, it said it a finger up,
right now. Serious, right.
Perception. So it's a lot of things going on, and then you have one. So it says, that's what's up. Now you don't even say what's wrong, you just know it's straight.
Hello, this is Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Your beautiful new aircraft is waiting at our nearest airfield. We hope you're very happy, sir.
So you see a muscle, you know the same muscle, just goes straight. So it's called eternity. Then the Reaper's principle is when you see something and you say it as you see it in the moment. We see Reaper's principle because you know what to say it. You have to say prayer. You have to say cadence or sentence. So this is going on today. We feel like you don't like things out to be in frustrated because subconsciously always subconsciously this is what we always communicate. So
What's up, this? Like wet, all this shit on the floor?
Yeah.
You said, oh, just give me my money, or just give me my brand. And the brand is associated with money, because the name is evil. When they have money, we say evil. And those get associated with brand, the brand becomes chicken. So now we get our chicken, and 500 years later, these brand Jews so trying to be gold. When we say, yeah, brand, he may be dead, we was using yeast. So let's go syntax. You can't just try to translate things word for word if you're not intimately connected with the culture and things are the same. Let's go to the next slide. Get up the beat. So I'm saying, you know, we say
Real good, yeah.
That's cool. Ain't that?
I mean, what's this?
Now see me right there. Now leave right there. Just hold that damn thing on the flap. Yeah, you know, put the flap
It's something
on.
better than that. Like it's something better than that.
How's it gonna be better?
The box there. I'm bigger.
Oh, okay.
I'm pissed off.
Got the fist bottle, huh, dig? Got the fist bottle. I think I told you, nigga, all the niggas, you know, I'm gonna look right there, I did this. I'm a provider, that one gonna look like a fist bottle holding up your computer. I ain't mad at you, dog. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. See, that's how real the show is, dog. See, this is real shit happening in here. Real shit happening in here. No bullshit. That's how you feel about it. I appreciate that, man. Sitting here getting emotional about kids, man, that telling the grown-ups how fucked up they are, bro.
So they need to do that sometimes.
So this means that your life is diminished. 98% of your life begins when you're dead. You're only living 2% of your life right now. And our ancestors resolved that issue. So it's God. Nobody in here is right to die from applying exercise. You're only living 2% of your life. Like they tell you, you're only using less than 10% of your life. And so your brain is not used for this sort of time. Gene transfer, which is transformation, contribution, and transduction. The way we reproduce is vertically. When you death, dead cells can sexually reproduce with other cells that are alive, horizontally through what they call transduction. So we will just talk about that.
Not perfect, but it will do for now. Perfection is a cruel business.
Maybe I can be just an angry black man filled with cuss words. But I know what's the root thing I will guarantee. But when we talk about our ancient concepts, it's no place for it. But when a man makes excuses for why his community is sucked on pieces, he can tell you
Kill me all these motherfuckers. They mad at this quarterback cause he ain't stand for the motherfucking national anthem. He said, fuck, he said, until people, he said, until black people start getting treated right, fuck it, I'm gonna keep sitting there.
Why?
He said, I got a right in this motherfucking country to express how I feel. They burn the niggas' jerseys now and all kinds of shit, man. I said, hey, man. I said, look, he's a millionaire, so he can take it. He can take it.
Hey, it's time to stand up for something, morals. Right wrong, dude. Something, stand up for something.
Yeah.
Shit. Here you are stand for a motherfucking... Why? Is it doing anything better for you? Is it helping you in it? Shit. Standing up. So wasting your time standing up for some bullshit. And they roast you after you do that too, Dave. They roast you.
Because some motherfucking flag flying.
Come on, dog.
That flag flying. That ain't nothing but some European bullshit.
That's all it is, bro. And they roast you.
Stand up there for a motherfucking flag that can't do shit for you.
Can't do shit for you,
Can't
bro.
talk to you, it can't visit you, can't help you, it can't do shit. Fuck that shit.
And it ain't like...
Motherfucker don't feel like standing for the fucking flag. You don't stand up. If you don't, motherfucker don't want to stand up and salute, put his hands up. Motherfucker just want to stand up just like this. They get mad when you just stand up and don't do this shit. Man, what the fuck?
Nigga, I turn my wheelchair.
Oh, you don't take your motherfucking hat off.
Yeah. I take my wheelchair.
Take your hat off.
I take my wheelchair and turn it all the way around in the bitches at the courthouse. I mean, council meeting bullshit.
Hey, bro, I said, Kaepernick, you taking a stand for some love, but hey, bro, the way he feel, fuck it. He got a motherfucking right in this country to stand up and protest any motherfucking thing he wants. He's getting lesbians all kind of motherfucking rights. They got all kind of fucking rights.
A handicap, that's like when he told me I'd go outside, huh? Shit, handicap don't even have no right to move. Fucking gays and took all the handicap rights. Told me I gotta go outside.
What's that?
Remember the Social Security place? Yeah. Social Security place?
Oh yeah.
Shit.
I'm standing out hot line.
Son. Think they probably had some shit in the city with me on that one, buddy. Dave, you know how it was, Dave. Dave, you was hot demon. I ain't lying, Dave. You was hot demon. You was innocent. You was just hot to see that shit. That was some ugly shit to see. Like I said, that was some shit to see. Oh man, how did it was out there, then they had a place to sit down.
So we have to the next slide. Very important information. people get promoted in their community. They also get recognition. They say Egyptians will call each other gods. No, if you got promoted to a high position in your community, you also became a nation. So you got elevated in your community. And the support of the community is a subjective or conceptual idea. You can't see people's support, but the person who's been empowered by it is felt. So when the flag has the wind blowing, there's a force that's not seen that obviously is having an impact on the physical world. So when we call each other nation, there's a dichotomy to the understanding. One is that someone was being elevated from a position that it wasn't their problem. And two, there's a force of empowerment that you can't see that is applied in the physical world that affects other people. That has nothing to do with God. Has to do with the way we support each other as a community. So we call each other nation, like we call each other king, a word that's a complement of the word we share. Like we call our elders ancestors, whether they are dead or alive. This is African conception. I will show you how deep it is. In this prefix of these Asian, TR is another word that is true. You will see this sign clearly when you read the introduction. From TR, you get to love. I said, oh, Ba'ala, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah. So when you pray to Allah.
Hello, Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help you? Great. The aircraft is waiting for you at our nearest airfield. We trust you'll be happy, sir.
From this white cloth in Egypt that got Vegas. Now the dollars is precipitated as you leave Egypt. So now, oh my Ta'ala means that Ta'ala is a derivative from the Lexi church that makes up that church. So from oh my Ta'ala, the Roman tradition, the God is considered king of the white cloth. You speak so like you know, that's the name of the reason to the white cloth is the king of the white cloth. So the king of the Crusader, which is synonymous with lecture, and lecture is the elevated to the next one. So now when they preach, what do they do? If you guys down the road, we know what it says. So when you know future, anybody else sees it, you see that there will be more light. And you see the sun supposed to be very that we find in the Hebrew section, take that big bang bomb, this essential reform to the place of the universe, and respect to the self. All our identical whereas as Earth is reflective of the core on the American cosmic love. Contemporary science is saying this. But if we go into the bad text, then it's about the singularity, which is seen as big in space. It's just a holographic projection of a small Earth. And in fact, in ancient Egypt, they wouldn't have said as above, so below. They would say as below, so above. Because they knew it was the tiny world that was to control the bigger world. And all this is a reflection of the same. This world would be considered upside down. And the life after this would be considered right side up. But we don't know that. So we can see how we can apply contemporary science.
Hello, you're through to Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help? Thank you, sir. Your spectacular aircraft is now ready for you at our nearest airfield.
This is very important. ancient Egyptian. Let's go to the symbol on the side. Everybody knows right there. So the word heart is there. And the word heart means mind, understanding, intelligence. So we go back to the book of there where they say, I am intelligence provided. Or I want intelligence provided. Or I want consciousness upon being there. The only way to survive. So based on what level of consciousness you have, makes the determination how you live and act life has nothing to do with that. This is something you all have to do individually. Spirituality is a lonely path. We can hold each other hands, we can learn from each other. But when you're alone, you gotta conduct that ritual by yourself. You gotta transform into different intervals of appropriate energy to fulfill your task. It is not relying on someone assisting you. It's your responsibility in this life to raise your consciousness to another level, to know the transition effective. Go to the next slide. It says in a corporate text, imagine this. I will not eat feces in my infestation. And I will not consume filth. I will not go to the upside down. I told you, this is a holographic universe. This would be considered upside down. Understand the projections come from a microcosmic scale of the protein universe, a very small world. This is quantum physics. That would be the right side up, that would roll. But why they say I don't eat feces? Well, you died. And you became something that was eating feces. You were probably getting back to something, feeding on the day of the first science. So let's read the next time. Because I'm not going to eat that. And I don't want to eat that.
Wrong shoe, right?
People read that and like, yo, man, the touch inside, eat pieces. No, this is what a person is saying to himself. They pass. You should say this for you. He may speak there today. But I don't want to be reduced to the low because I haven't raised myself to the point where I can borrow. It's really me. So now you're casting to a lower frequency life. Of a pure state, you got to work your way back up. So I don't need pieces. I live the upside down, which is here. Straight up on the west, they go to the rest of it. Others around the dead, I have people so you know how I may expect. My next I ask for a rain. Here we go again with consciousness. Maybe in the context, the day is asking for a rain. Previously, there's asking for intelligence to be provided. Previously, our hearts were radio skill, and the word hearts and knowledge to provide intelligence. And the book of the day, by a right translation, is a vibration possession of a community to awaken. So this is all we're not primarily listening to. It's about raising the consciousness from being conscious enough when you pass. Because again, 98% of your life is predicated upon that. And over 2% as its inception is correct. Your life begins 98% now, like they feel it. And it's proven that it's active when you die. And it's no use to continue to run. We'll go to the next slide. So here it says in the context, go down and beg and pray within the lotus stand. Don the clean garment upon the refuge with him who lives in his struggle. And his stars being circled by a light, the circles are important. By circles by a morning star. Sailing from the way to the dead and go forward. He said, what is always being in context? 182 verse 1. It is a reminder that we're giving you water. It is the great big, which is a constellation which has made a platform to the western horizon. While the great big constellation is in the western horizon, which flows approximately 1 polar cluster of the planet, which is the weakest part of the magnetic area, the highly charged particles. And these highly charged particles can only execute this task within the confines of that which is either dead or alive. And the only thing we understand is that it's either dead or alive. Within the Egyptians called them shit, and what science is now identified as a phage landmass. bunch of dollars, and you will see that these genes activate when you die. I have no reason. My ancestors was talking about this the whole time. And you thought they had an affinity to that. But they had an ability to fix this and be a book. And this is a sweet thing. That's why I say you scared of these people. So we don't go next time. In here, I went to Egypt. And I took a picture of this room right here. You see right here the beds that are created on the iron ropes. And you see this on my slides company. I am just humble and low. But the way Egyptians work, the first register is omnipotent. The second register is empty, which means celestial. So omnipotent is when you see it, I interpret it as such. Empty is celestial, and then the last register is special. If you don't know to appropriate your thinking like that, you'll misappropriate the subjective law within the objective law. So when you read what they call pillars or registers, follow the principle to know when they speak in celestial and when they speak expression. If you see a statue of Aaron versus a statue of Iron, you know how to apply your thinking. When you see two left hands of a statue, most of it's missing, or two right hands, when you apply your they were highly symbolic people. Let's go next slide. So here we see it again in the book of my name is so close to the day chapter 92. The iron horse, on one side of the landed DNA, is established. It says established our beauty on the earth. That's great. Then they use the word earth again, which I already. And then they talk about the already. Talking about the different translated this verse, and he uses verse text in this translation uses the word prayer. So we read what is his interpretation. He uses head. Head in verse is head. The word is the ship. That is not a dead which is a virus. Please do not because the main standard of the virus DNA is always perfect. The left side takes over. The frozen perfect takes over the left side. I always the left side of the DNA represents sand or C1. Because all it is also that the trying to achieve the main state, which is the seed.
Told you I'd been approved, but they went on. See what they're going to end up charging the nigga? $794.67 with my name on the motherfucker. They John and David. Old girl knew. Called John because this shit ain't gonna wash.
Like I told you, that wouldn't have been right.
No, that wouldn't have been right.
That wouldn't have been right, bro.
On $800.
In a one bedroom, dude. In a one bedroom, dude.
Uptown or something. One bedroom, $800. That's what they ever one bedroom.
Come on, dog. She knew that kite wasn't gonna fly, dude. She had to stand up like a woman on that one, dude.
We make those on the other side. And there was a little bit there, but there was a part that goes inside. That's what the sun will do. And then, Andres, the book he turns into the hall, the black hole, the white hole, as far as second. And also the sun will see what the probability. I recall they translated the digital against all, but out of that also reversed it as a black hole. The digital against the analog. He says no black hole. Go to the next slide. Very important. And he goes and he dimension. Because it's virtualized. They took the numerical systems and included our information into the dimension. So, and I'm going to tell you that the black person A paralyzes itself when it eats itself in the same place. Black person A equals to the person A back, who satisfies me with simultaneous power. If you go to the world protein, Corpus made up of 66 amino acids, and you look up the number 66 in a probabilistic balance system. The number 66 equals food or eating, as the purpose of the cell eats itself, or part of the liquid. Or 66 also equals ship, as in the ship that's created, or the point of red, to transport the genes, or it equals with, as a roller circle replication. That he just a solo service turned it into a circle. Now we look up 236 amino acids, look up 236 at the bottom, and you want to get the number. As long as the number is correct, or put the magnificent minus parts to escape the slam. Or you see what? Some did. As it approaches the universe, the DNA collapses within itself, the protein sucks within itself to the wall on the outside. For some reason, the Kabbalah demonstrates with words, but the Egyptians have demonstrated with images. We live in a God, we live with the rest of the science. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna add this on my Facebook feed. You can go check it out so you can watch and see. I appreciate you coming on there watching what I watch and playing the game with me. Because you ain't following me. You just searching for the truth. I know the truth. At least some of it. At least some of it. I know at least some of it. And I love every minute of knowing what I know. I don't have to worry about no bullshit nobody telling me to. Because the truth is the truth. And it's in you to bring it out. The love of the Creator is that loving feeling that is unconditional. Because it's coming from the Creator who loves you no matter what. total disrespect, y'all. I say total disrespect, y'all. I'm taking y'all truck back to me. Leave my home car. How y'all doing today? Y'all looking good? Hold on. That's how.
Why, universe? Why?
He's driving the car. He's driving the car. That time. We'll go back to my car. Oh, this is for the quarter drive, man. Look at the kill. Drive outside. There you go. That friend just missed me putting my pants on. I need to get me a memory card for my camera. And I need to get on. Then that's the case. Like I said again, some bullshit got to be in the form of people. I'm gonna give you the medication. If I ain't had no problems today. No problem today. Believe that. See y'all. Y'all right. Thank you.
Nice. Now keep your mouth shut about me, you hear?
Y'all be cool till later on. I'll get back on again.